and welcome to episode 58 of Pentagon for Gold, where today we are playing against third place Tigres in the CONCACAF Champions League. Now, the other game in this tournament is Saprissa versus Toronto, so I'm hoping Saprissa can go through, because I don't know if they are professional, but they don't have any players at the moment, and Toronto are third in the MLS and are quite a good team, so I'm hoping that we'll end up playing Saprissa if we can beat Tigres here. Our recent form is okay. We destroyed America with our backup team, really, despite Wanderley getting sent off for an absolutely horrific two-foot challenge for no reason. We won 3-0 with 2 goals coming after that point in the game. Then against Leon, we were winning 2-0, and then everything all went wrong in the last 10 minutes until we finally got an equaliser in the 93rd minute. But it was a bit worrying to see us, giving up a lead like that, and it's just not what you want, really. So without further ado, we'll head into the first leg against Tigres, where hopefully we can get a good result to see us through already for the second leg. It's a pretty strong 11 for today. We go with Migno up front instead of Camarena, so Barbosa comes in because he scored twice in that last game. Diego Hernandez also starts in midfield in place of Mercado, because Mercado's not been amazing recently. He's not been awful, but he's the lowest rated over the last 5 games from any of our midfielders. So I thought it made sense to put out the players who are in form rather than necessarily the best bunch overall. And here we go. At the start of the game, we've not done a whole lot so far. 2 shots, 1 on target, 0 for Tigres. It's been quite quiet this first 20 minutes or so. Let's hope that we can get some goals to get us started. They're going with quite a defensive formation, 4-1-4-1. Just a striker, really, in our half. Their midfielders are on the halfway line in the graphic. But yeah, it's a pretty defensive-looking team. Not quite sure why they're doing that. I guess they're just trying to get a decent result in this first leg. 0-0 wouldn't be ideal. Let's go with the consecutive matches team talk, because that always seems to do good jobs. And we're definitely controlling the game, but we haven't seen a chance yet, which is a bit concerning. Hopefully Barbosa and Rosas won't be too Rosas is too tired now. Barbosa is too. So our 2 wingers are both struggling. So we'll get Camarena on and Mesa on. Come on, lads. Let's demand more from the boys, because this is not amazing. And Marcelo's now tired, so we'll get Mercado on. Or should we go for Wanderley? Let's go for Wanderley. See if he can get us a nice goal or 2. Come on, lads. Scalvini, formerly of Santos Laguna. Oh, that's a goal-saving clearance from Lara there. Phenomenal play from him. Tolosa finds Paz into Fernandez and back to Tolosa. We're not really getting much of a challenge in here. Plenty of time for their players on the ball, but all we need to do is win it back once and we're there. Come on, Migno. He's a very dangerous player. It looks like he's gonna... Oh, we got a penalty. Come on. He's not been great with penalties recently, Migno, but if ever there's a time to score one, now is that time. And he does. 1-0 to Santos Laguna. 17th goal of the season for Migno. He's not been absolutely prolific this season, but he is only 18, and look at these stats. He's an absolute monster with the stats. I think he's going to be an absolute top-class striker in not too long, and I'm really hoping that we can get him at whichever club we go to next. Same with Sakar, but I think he's probably destined for Arsenal or Liverpool, or potentially even Napoli. Wanderley into Calderon, and Migno gets another bite of the cherry, and oh, that's a cracking save from the keeper. Unlucky for Migno. We do have a full week's rest after this game, which is good. But given how we played in the last match, or double-legged game in this tournament, we could do with a second goal. And Wanderlei drags it wide. not really going to trouble the keeper from there. Sakar looking to build out the back. Mendieta is his first option. And now Wanderlei finds Meza on the left-hand side. Lots of space here. Can Camarena get in? Or Meza might do it himself. And he's tracked it wide. Disappointing in the end. Looks like there was a really, really good chance on there. And he's just scuffed it wide, really. Nunez sends it in. It's made its way to Meza. Now Nunez gets another chance. Can we create something here? Camarena? And he scored. That's a really good bit of play there. Didn't have much space to work with, but we made the most of the space there was. And Wanderlei got the assist with Camarena finishing. So 2 substitutes combining very nicely to get us a good 2-0 victory. Pretty much the same lineup as the last game, but with Juan Mercado starting as our captain in the centre of the park. And Sebastian Meza is also on the left-hand side in place of Edson Rosas. Let's hope that we can go out and get that victory, or at least get what we need to go through to the final. Last time it was not a good performance in this leg. It was 3-1 that we lost, and we only got that one in the very last minute, and that was what took us through on away goals. So not ideal. Again, no games going on anywhere else in the tournament yet. I don't know if we are the first or second game that's playing. So either we'll already know who is through, or there'll be another day or so to wait to find out who we're going to be playing. 0-0, pretty uneventful first 35 minutes. Calderon on a yellow card, which we'll have to monitor. And Mendieta puts us ahead with a powerful header from Nunez's corner. That's a really, really good header. Very nice play from him. And that should probably see us through. I'd be disappointed if we dropped it from here, particularly given the defensiveness of their formation again, and the likes of Garza being pretty tired already. Okay, with the same team talk, no need to push anything. And Tovar into Abundis. Looks long for Fernandez, but it's well intercepted by Mendieta, who's having a stormer of a game. Meza. Oh, that's a good effort. Really nice bit of dribbling. Powerful effort. That was tipped over by the keeper. Had looked like it had gone straight over, but it was a good save apparently. And that is cleared away pretty comfortably from the Tigres defender. Victor Hugo Nunez is a little bit tired, but nothing like Garza on the opposition team, who's now been replaced by Scalvini. And we'll probably take him off reasonably soon, but we'll give him a few more minutes. I think now's probably the time to get him off, just to protect him. He's having a good game though. Wanderlei can come on. Let's get Mignon onto the right hand side, Camarena up front, and perhaps we'll get Edson Rosas on. I would have gone for Hernandez, but he's complacent, which is not what you want. At this point, they do need to score 4 goals in the last 10 minutes to do it, but it isn't the least likely thing to happen given our recent form. In our last game, it was 3 goals that they scored in the last 10 minutes, so you wouldn't want to push your luck. Wanderlei into Marcelo, and now Mignon on the right-hand side. Nice dribble, passes it into Camarena, and that passes a little bit behind Calderon, but he can keep hold of it. Wanderlei into Mendieta, and Scalvini now wins the ball. Pretty low down the pitch, but he's made his way and got it to Fernandez. Fernandez gets past one and then hits it straight into the side netting. Not quite sure why he's shooting from there, but I'm not complaining. I suspect one of our players will probably end up missing the next game because 3 of our players have got yellow cards. We'll see what happens with that, but we were much better in that tie than we were in the quarter-final, and that's definitely a good sign. And we got a new deal for Lopez. Well, I'm sure we can do that, but yeah, let's go have a look who we're going to be playing in the final. Well, our opponent for the next game are, as expected, Toronto FC. They are 3rd in the MLS. Although, have they actually played? Yes, they have. they're doing pretty well there. But they only got through against Toluca on away goals, a bit like us in the quarter-final. And against Saprissa, they won 1-0 and 2-0. We played them on the 27th of April and the 4th of May, so not too long to go. And hopefully we can go get the win in that game and then get out of here, because, notably, the board do not want me to sign Victor Hugo Nunez again on loan because I'm not signing enough Ecuadorians. They're awful, and they don't want to come if they are any good. If we have a look at the national team, if it's ever going to load, you can see here the likes of Moises Caicedo, Campagna. I think Mera's quite good, but if you look at the values of the players, they're either quite high or they're really low. And there's not anyone under 26 in this team. So, actually, there's one 23-year-old. Is there anyone in the under 23s? There's a few more players, so I'll have a look at them in a moment. But yes, it's not a whole great selection here. And it's a real shame. Turns out they were all awful. So, not quite sure what we're going to do. I guess we're going to have to win this tournament and then we don't have to worry about it. But if we don't win this tournament, we might have a few issues. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a fantastic day.